I'd like to introduce you to Canadian author GEORDIE Telfer. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, pretty good. And first off, welcome to Fordham PR's client list.
Thank you. It's exciting to be officially welcomed.
Super. And I'm so excited to be sharing the journey with you with your brand new book, Hogtown Empire. But first, tell me about all the books you've written before. I'm specifically intrigued with all the Yar pirate books.
Those were all for Folklore Press out of Edmonton, and I got hooked up with them at some birthday party of mine in the bar. Someone came and they brought a little notice they'd torn out of the newspaper, like wanted writers for Canadian history and trivia apply. So I'd applied to them, and then the pirate book was the first book I did for them.
Wow.
Initially, they'd said, "Do you want to do one about the Merchant Marine?" And I said, "Sure," my first book. And then they came back and said, "That's actually already covered. How about one about pirates? Would you like to do that?" And so I said, "Yes, absolutely."
That's funny you mentioned about the little notice. That's exactly how I came to be with folklore. There was a little ad in Now magazine looking for writers who knew about NASCAR and Formula One. And there I was. So what other books or subjects have you written on?
For folklore, Real Canadian Pirates was followed by How to Speak Pirate, which is a pirate dictionary, which is great fun. And that included all great examples of the words in use, which was a really fun deal.
Yep.
I did one called My Canada, where I reimagined key instances from Canadian history in a different format. For instance, the Plains of Abraham was called like a hockey game. There were two commentators. What else? There were other ones. The Hudson's Bay Company was like a game of Monopoly that we designed a board for, and then there were instructions in the book. So it was a real fun playing with the format of the book and also just different lenses to look at history through.
Fantastic. Now, it says in your bio notes that you're Emmy nominated and you're award winning. What is, do you write for TV?
No, I write for the interactive arm of a company called Sinking Ship that does kids TV.
Yar.
So
back with a pirate thing, right?
That's right. So it's through all of these projects that have either won an Emmy or been nominated for an Emmy, or in this case, a Canadian Screen Award, my name's attached to, so I get to buy the statue.
Yay! Oh, they make you buy the statue?
Oh yeah, they're expensive.
Oh gosh.
But I'm still pleased and proud to have it.
Now, speaking of your new book that we're going to be working on together as far as promotions and marketing, what attracted you to the story? Now, obviously, the disappearance of Ambrose Small 100 years ago was a global phenomenon. It's very Sherlock Holmes, Miss Marple, Hercule Poirot. Why? Why you?
A combination of things. One, just the trappings of the mystery, the unexplained disappearance, and the strange and contrary nature of Ambrose Small. It was a Toronto story, and I've lived here my whole life. But also, it was the chance to get to do two kinds of research. One, which was online, doing research that really couldn't be done any other way. And then the other one was doing research you could not do online, which was to go out to the archives. This is material that has not been digitized, so you have to go to a physical location to get it. And sifting through old papers and finding old documents.
Wow.
I went to the National Archives in Ottawa to track down a recording of a very elderly woman who had known Ambrose Small in his and her primes, talking about him, and that's the only recording of someone I've been able to find who knew him talking about him.
Wow.
So to mix those two kinds of modes of research was like really exciting to me.
Oh, how exciting. Well, I can't wait to start sharing bits and pieces of the book with my blog readers, and to welcome everybody to the October 22nd launch at the Dominion on Queen, and here at One King West on December 2nd, which is the 100th
anniversary of his actual disappearance.
And from this actual spot.
Well,
close enough.
Just close enough. Just
Yeah.
a block, I think, up the street at Adelaide. and a block west. But this location figures key into the last 2 days of the mystery.
Wow. Well, good luck. We'll be talking with you again. And everybody, follow the Hogtown Empire Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course Fordham PR. Thanks, Geordie.
And as we say at the end of every podcast episode, the Hogtown Empire podcast, stay curious.
Ooh, yes. Thanks, Geordie.